allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, let's take a roll call.
Chrysler.
Here.
Eddie. Schneider.
Here.
Stevens. Here. Scott.
Here.
Smith. Here. Garrett. Here. Beeson. 6 aldermen present, Eddie and Beeson absent.
Okay. We'll move on to consent agenda items, the approval of minutes of previous meetings, payroll, and disbursements.
Make a motion to send agenda items to be approved.
Second.
Second, any questions, discussion? Okay, roll call.
Chrysler.
Yes.
Schneider.
Here.
Stevens. Yes. Scott.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Garrett.
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays.
All right, we don't have anything from Ben, Spring, or Benton, so Seth with Milano Brennan has a new update.
So just a few updates, starting on the top of the handout, the sedimentation. The city applied for the $50,000 in planning assistance for that. We still have not had an update for that. The RWG grant, we did find out that the CDS funding, which is right below, is an acceptable match for this grant. And then scroll down to the OSLAD grant. So that was actually submitted in September. So we'll wait to hear back from IDNR on the status of that application. And flipping to the second page. So the IEPA funding for the CDS Rodney Davis grant and the DCO grant. There could be bypass funding available come January. So in the next couple months, we'll discuss that with you. And then the last thing was ITEP applications were due September 30th, and that was submitted prior to the September 30th deadline. So the handout hasn't changed much over the last month, so if you guys have any questions, let us know.
Any questions for Seth while he's here?
Oh, and on IEPA funding, there were a couple of amendments to the contracts for Benton and ourselves. So what it is some language that the IEPA requires to be put in the engineering agreements for both firms.
Just standard stuff.
Yes, yeah. The borrowing and things like that, yeah.
Well, thank you, Seth.
All right, thanks for your time.
Okay. We'll go on to reports of officers. There's very little for Todd to cover.
Right, the first item is the second presentation of an ordinance amending the liquor code, which extended the hours from midnight to 1 a.m.
Second. First and second. Any discussion on the topic? All right. Roll call vote.
Schneider.
Yes.
Stevens.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Garrett.
Yes.
Chrysler.
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays. That's ordinance number 1995.
Next ordinance is an ordinance that amends section 9-9 of the Pana Code of Ordinances regarding burning of yard waste. Makes a few changes. One is that whenever yard waste is burned, there needs to be a person over the age of 14 who tends or supervises the burning until it's extinguished. It's also adding Pana Elementary School to the list of places where you cannot burn within 1 block radius, and it's deleting the references to Lincoln School in Washington.
With burning season on us, do we need to suspend the first reading, pass this ordinance, or think we should wait for the second reading?
I mean, it's straightforward.
Right.
Yeah. It's basically, I say suspended the rules.
I'll suspend the first reading, pass as an ordinance.
Second.
Second, any questions on further? Okay, roll call vote.
Stevens.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Garrett.
Yes.
Chrysler.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays for ordinance number 1996.
The next ordinance is an ordinance establishing the salaries for the offices of mayor, clerk, and alderman, and of course, you know, under state law, something like this has to be approved more than 180 days before the next municipal election. If passed, what this would do would it would increase the annual salary for the mayor be $9,600. It would establish the annual salary for aldermen to be $4,200 for those whose terms will begin in 2025, and then for those aldermen who are elected in the next round, it's their salary for the year also. And the annual salary for the office of city clerk would be $70,000, and it would increase an additional 4% each year on May 1st of 2026, May 1st of 2027, and May 1st of 2028. And it also entitles the city clerk's pension contributions under IMRF and health insurance.
Make a motion to suspend the first reading and pass the ordinance.
Second.
Second, all right, any discussion, questions? All right, roll call vote.
Scott,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Garrett,
Yes.
Chrysler,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stevens,
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays for ordinance number 1997.
The next ordinance is an ordinance establishing salary for the fire chief. And this would be effective November 1st of 2025. The monthly salary for the office of fire chief should be $400. Is that 2025, is that correct?
That should be 24, does that say 25?
Yes, so I guess we should have a
And
motion
should
to amend it at the table to say, should be
Yes.
effective November 1st, 2024. The salary would be $400 for the fire chief.
Make a motion at first reading. Second.
Second, any discussion, questions?
Is there a motion to amend section 1 to amend the year?
I think that's what Scott was doing.
Put that amendment in there also.
Okay, roll call there.
Smith,
Yes.
Garrett,
Yes.
Chrysler,
I abstain on that one.
Schneider,
Yeah.
Stevens,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, 1 abstention.
The next ordinance is an ordinance rescinding an economic development agreement and transferring real estate with Pana Development Group LLC. And this is at the request of the developer, not only to rescind the economic development agreement, but also to rescind the transfer of property.
Do we need to pass this tonight? It's already, they're not gonna do it.
It doesn't matter if it's
Doesn't
tonight
make any
or
difference.
tomorrow, but yeah, I would just do this one too.
Yeah, let's make a motion in the first reading, pass the ordinance.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? Okay, roll call vote.
Garrett,
Yes.
Chrysler,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stevens,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays, that's ordinance number 1998.
The next ordinance is an ordinance authorizing the sale of personal property. Most cities do this on a regular basis. It requires a vote of 3/4 of the city council. And whenever there's personal property that's considered to be no longer needed for the use of the city, there's two automobiles, 2009 Crown Victoria and a 2010 Ford Expedition, along with used bicycles and other miscellaneous property.
Keith, you wanna buy that Crown Vic?
No, but I'd like for those funds, whenever they're sold, to go into a squad car account, so we can put it toward the next.
I agree,
Just saying.
Absolutely.
I'd rather not buy it.
Well, Pete might want it, maybe call him.
Pete might.
Second.
Second, any discussion or questions? Okay, roll call on that one. I mean, you could probably just pass this too.
I said, that's the one we need to pass.
We need, well, I guess.
Just pass it. It's another thing that's just, you said, nothing, not gonna change in 2 weeks.
I'll make a motion to suspend the first reading and pass the ordinance.
I second.
Second, okay, roll call.
Chrysler,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stevens,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Garrett,
Yes.
Mayor Pastor,
By all means, yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays for ordinance number 1999.
The next one is an ordinance establishing hours of public access to city facilities. This would authorize the mayor with the consent of, or with the approval of council to establish hours for city facilities which are used by the public in the transaction of business with the city, and also authorize the mayor to establish hours in which for vacant lots and for wooded areas and that type of thing, to establish hours in which entry and staying there would be forbidden, and in order to keep in line with the state statute on trespassing, there would need to be some sort of signage posted to put people on notice that in this area someplace they cannot stay during these hours.
I'll make a motion to suspend first reading and pass as an ordinance.
Second, any discussion or questions? Okay, roll call vote.
Schneider,
Yeah.
Stevens,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Garrett,
Yes.
Chrysler,
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays, that's ordinance number 2000.
The next item is a resolution authorizing an amendment to an engineering agreement with Milano and Gunlow Engineers relating to an IEPA loan for transmission main replacement.
Make a motion to pass resolution.
Second.
Right, okay. Roll call vote there?
Stevens,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Garrett,
Yes.
Chrysler,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays for resolution number 24-55.
The next one is a resolution that approves amendment number 1 to an engineering agreement with Benton and Associates in relation to the IEPA loan for transmission main replacement.
Make a motion to pass resolution, and also what this is, reason you have to do two different, resolutions like this is because one is for one engineering firm and one is for the other engineering firm. We were gonna try to do it as one group, but we can't do that, so it's gotta be separate.
Okay, that first and second? Yes, second. Okay, roll call vote.
Scott,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Garrett,
Yes.
Chrysler,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stevens,
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays, resolution 24-56.
The next item is a resolution approving an agreement between the United States Department of Agriculture and the people of Pana for People's Plaza. And, let's see, I believe exhibit A has already been tentatively, excuse me, that's not, sorry.
This is for the park project downtown.
Yeah, there's two different ones. Kirby, you want to explain what this is, so everybody knows what it is?
Two different ones.
There's, all these on the plaza, there's different parts to it.
So the one that he's referencing right now is basically just accepting the grant agreement through USDA RD for the rural business development grant that we were awarded.
To take the funds.
Make a motion to pass resolution.
Second, any questions or discussion? Okay, roll call there.
Smith,
Yes.
Garrett,
Yes.
Chrysler,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stevens,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays, that's resolution 24-57.
Next one is a resolution that approves an agreement between Nicholas Architecture LLC and the city of Pana for plaza development. This is something that's required by the feds.
Make a motion to pass that resolution.
Second.
Any questions? Okay, roll call vote there.
Garrett,
Yes.
Chrysler,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stevens,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays for resolution number 24-58.
And finally, it's a resolution approving a legal services agreement between Ansel Link PC and the city of Pana for People's Plaza, and this is some paperwork required by the federal government.
Who's Ansel Lane?
I've never.
Make a motion to pass resolution.
Roll call vote.
Chrysler,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stevens, Scott, Smith, Garrett, 6 ayes, 0 nays, that's resolution 24-59.
Keep going.
I think I'll pass.
All right. Greg?
No report.
Trudy?
Oh, I'm sorry. So, first thing, since we went ahead and approved the agreement with Nickus Architecture for the architectural renderings for the plaza project, we're at a point now where we will look into opening up the bidding process for construction on that. Just kind of wanted to keep everybody posted as to what the next steps will be. So, I'll work with Kim on getting that posted in the newspaper. Also, just to kind of go off of what Seth said, the ITEP grant application was successfully submitted on September 23rd. So, wanted to thank Milano and Grunlow for all their work on that. Then also, just to let everybody know, so USDA RD Rural Business Development Grant, that's the grant program that we were awarded for the Plaza project. I'm still just chipping away at all the paperwork that USDA requires in order to accept money from them. It's quite a bit. So just letting everybody know that I'm working on that. Also, the CDS grant for $200,000, which we are using as part of our match source for the Plaza project. I completed that grant application and submitted it to the state as well. So I'll keep everybody posted on that. But just to remind you, that's a CDS grant, so it's already earmarked to the city of Pana. We don't have competition on that or anything, but they still make you fill out all the paperwork as if you do. So I'll just keep everybody posted on that. Yeah, that's all I have.
All right, Jim?
I have nothing tonight.
Tanya? These are my kind of meetings. I don't have anything. Reports of committees, community assembly. Nothing at this time. Community operations.
Yeah, I make a motion to approve a sewer adjustment for Robert Daly at 313 Garfield, amount of $103.23.
Second, any discussion or questions? Here, roll call vote.
Schneider,
Yeah.
Stevens, Scott,
Yes.
Smith, Garrett, Chrysler,
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays.
Make a motion to approve a boat dock application for Kenneth Jenkins at Lake Lot A47A.
Second, any discussion or questions? Roll call there.
Stevens, Scott,
Yes.
Smith, Garrett, Chrysler,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yeah.
6 ayes, 0 nays.
And that's it.
All right, administration does not have any. Community support. Economic development, I understand, is tabling option 1, so there's nothing. Is that correct? I don't care. There's nothing you can do with it at the moment, so. You wanna make a motion to table it?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to table. The reason we're tabling is because he hasn't signed it and got back to the city with it yet, so can't do it.
Second, all in favor? Opposed? Okay. Negotiations, nothing at this time. Unfinished business, new business, nothing at this time. Citizens' opportunity to address the council. Okay.
Mayor,
Oh, yes,
I
Chief.
told you, just to let council members know, I come across a grant through our ILEAS organization we're a part of for some money for taser replacement, and we were granted just under $13,000 to replace 5 of our tasers that are outdated with new, so I was happy to get that grant.
It's always good to have good news, Chief. That's great. All right, if anything else under citizens, I will go and make a motion to go into closed session to discuss property acquisition.
I'll make that a motion.